This time with real turkesterone.
This time with real turkesterone, supplied by Coach Greg specifically. It was.
Mike immediately laughs. Supplied by Coach Greg. Mike with the hands jizzing the old downstairs. Wah! Why is he sitting in an interview like this? What is happening down there? What kind of body language is it when you sit like that? This is Mike before bed, after 10 p.m., thinking of Doucette. Wow. Coach Greg, and this the video been waiting for. The beef is back. Mike Israetel calling me out, saying that I'm scamming people for selling turkesterone. And so I released a video talking about how Mike Israetel is promoting some drug, not a drug that's approved, nor a drug that's safe, saying it's gonna build muscle and burn fat. And so he's guilty of much worse, yet he's calling me out. Over 1 million people watched that video, a video which fails to explain that if you take said drugs, that you could die. Last I checked, no one's dying from Ajuga turkestanica. No one is going to die taking Turk Platinum and or Turk Builder Max. And so it's very, very safe. And when deciding whether or not you should be taking a supplement, safety is of prime concern. And of course, you want to know that it works. And so let's go over the video and see what shall transpire. This video is like a bat signal for Coach Greg. Get your popcorn ready. We all know the beef will never be squashed. I'm just commenting here so I would appear in Greg's intro. The people they know. I mean, more than every second comment is about me. Greg getting the next 10 videos prepared as I'm watching this. And so Marwan, he has a point. He says, why am I the face of everything to do with turkesterone? There's hundreds of companies around the world selling it. Perhaps it's because I'm the only one with actual Ajuga. People are all buying and selling the copycat plant cyanosis from China. And so when people hear turkesterone, they know that turkesterone is found in Ajuga turkestanica, and it's got to come from Uzbekistan. And those other people getting it elsewhere, they know that they're lying. And so the scammers, well, they're over there, out there, probably in the woods in Halifax somewhere, getting $25,000 fines. If you haven't heard about this, it's illegal in Halifax, where I'm from, to go in the woods. $25,000 fine. A man actually was fined today, and it's plus taxes. Can you believe it? I'm not making this shit up. The #1 Cold War in YouTube fitness just escalated harder than last time. Somebody gonna respond harder than last time. Died laughing when I saw the thumbnail because I just want to see the brain rot editing from Coach Greg's team. The beef is alive. Brace yourself, people. Dr. Mike firing on all cylinders. Coach Greg's editors already preparing return. Volley of fart sound effects. Mike and Greg working together to keep their controversies alive. Yeah, I mean, honestly, do you guys all care if Turk actually works or not? Like, what percent of you watching this have bought Ajuga turkestanica? I'm guessing 1%? Like 1 in 100 of you. I mean, you all know that it works. Well, perhaps you don't. You all know there's a money-back guarantee and a $20 gift card if it doesn't work. And so why not try it? And so here's the thing. If all of you bought it, like 2% of you, I wouldn't have enough to sell it. And so even if I spent millions of dollars on studies to try to prove to you that it works, all the other companies are going to sell you even more fake Ajuga. It's going to be at even higher prices. And the only one selling the actual Ajuga, myself, going double the prices. Double the demand, double the prices. It's something I studied in university. Supply and demand. Why do you think Mastrone is so expensive right now, guys? You all know about the shortage of Mastrone. It's much more difficult to make it, and so people are scrambling to get it. Well, what do you think's happened to the prices? I'll tell you what's happened. The prices have gone up. I was checking. My friends say, why is it so expensive? And so I checked up on it, and it's true. If all these studies are done with ultrasound, large sample sizes using MRIs and so on, it's going to be millions of dollars. And so why should I have to spend all my money to help all the other scammers of the world when I'm already selling plenty, more than enough? And so obviously in the video, they're going to say, oh, there's no studies proving that it works. Show me the study on humans that proves that Tren works. It's people on chat forums who've used it. Remember, Tren was supposed to meet for cattle and so on. And they used it. They said, wow, this stuff works. What new SARM comes out? Peptide. People just, they use it and they say that it works. And so with Ajuga turkestanica, people use it and they say that it works. What is the difference? Now, is it as strong as Trenbolone? No. But do you need some study quoted with double-blind, placebo-controlled with an MRI scan saying, person that took Tren, they grew this much muscle, person without Tren, they grew this much muscle. But yet you still do it. Greg says MK677 gives you diabetes. Mike says Turk is a scam in the same morning. And so, guys, who are you going to believe here? Mike is promoting MK677 as the gains pill. Over an extended period of time, you take MK677, your pancreas going to lose beta cells, and eventually you might develop diabetes. I've gone over people's blood works, teenagers, and it's looking very, very bad. Already pre-diabetic, and they just started. They're young, healthy men, and so please be careful in comparison. No one's getting pre-diabetes from taking Turk Builder Max. Coach Gress already making a video. Gliss Doucette already made the video. Did you guys know I already pre-recorded this? Before Mike had posted that video, I already had a reaction. I just have to add a few scenes from his clip because I already knew it was coming. Winter is coming.
They say it's impregnable. Give me 10 good men and some climbing spikes. I'll impregnate the bitch.
Greg gonna bring out the helium voice for this one.
Love how no one mentions Greg's claims that it helped him gain 4 pounds of muscle in a month. Such a disingenuous level of marketing. No one mentions it. I've seen this comment 1,000 times for several years straight. I put on 9 pounds. Guys, look at the biceps. I mean, what are you guys seeing right now? This man is almost 50 years of age. I haven't upped my doses. I've been consistently on HRT. Babe, was I not in friggin' Dubai weighing about 180.6?
You were tiny, and you're huge.
Minuscule. Guys, I was in a pool party all day, dehydrated, woke up 189.6 pounds. That's up 9 pounds from when I was in Dubai. And that was, how many months ago was that? Like 16?
Yeah, it was last year.
I had to give editor Steve the clothes I bought in Dubai because it wasn't fitting me because I got so jacked. Been consistently taking Turk Builder Max, and not only that, my cardio's through the roof. I'm winning bike races day after day. 3 races in a row. Don't believe me? I'm looking it up. Check out the reviews! There it is. See the little gold? First, second, third gold. Some winning lately, getting faster. And so guys, I'm setting PRs on the bike. I'm stronger than Turk in the gym. And check out the proper tan. It's all happening. And in comparison, someone else of which you all love or you used to love, that guy with the big delts. His name is Derek from More Plates, More Dates. Derek sells fake Turk Plex. Fake. I have chain of custody with receipts, and so if he sues me, I can't wait to win in court. It's fake. It's not Ajuga turkestanica. It's fake. Again, it's fake. Why isn't there 500 comments in here saying Derek is a scammer? I see my name all the time saying, Greg, Batman signals here. You got to come and make a video. No one is saying, Derek, you need to do anything because Derek is a scammer. He's hiding. He's hiding because he knows he's scamming. Notice the difference between myself and Derek. I'm going to address you face to face. Right here, I'm talking to you. Mine is real. Money back guarantee. I have the receipts. Derek is scamming you. Gorilla Mind is a scam. Do I make that clear? And so, notice, do you think Derek in secret is using Turk Builder Max? I'm sure that he's not. Let's watch the video. We're going to see the photo of Derek, and we're going to compare him to Derek's latest video right now. I want you to see, pay attention. Do you notice the difference in, let's call it, the size? Derek lost all his muscles. Show Derek's current size in comparison to this.
On multiple years, for sure, at minimum, maybe even coming up on half a decade.
That's all you need. Derek's Turk Plex, look at the size. HTLT's Turk Max, Turk Platinum. Look at the difference. And I'm 49.
Ectosteroids are essentially naturally occurring hormones in plants and insects.
Pause. How many plants and insects do you know that are jacked?
And so just because plants are not jacked or ants are not jacked doesn't mean that you won't get more jacked by taking said supplement. And last I checked, is it not the ant that can lift 10 times its body weight? I mean, it's not as strong as the flea that can lift 400 or 500 times its body weight. Yeah, in comparison to a whale that can't even produce 1 watt per kilo, not even 0.1, the larger the animal, the more it can lift, but pound for pound, it's not very strong. The ant, it's actually very powerful. And considering that plants, they grow in the wilderness and the wind is blowing them and they're not falling over, that takes a lot of strength. And so think of it, it's a tiny little plant and it grows through the ground, it's forcing its way through, and it sprouts and it's very, very strong, open up to all the harsh realities of the world with all these bugs attacking it and so on, laying eggs, whatever, and yet it survives. If you put me outside for 24 hours naked, I'm gonna die. And so I think it's pretty impressive. I think it's very strong. And so are they actually not all that jacked? I think your local dandelion is stronger than Mike Israetel. Mike Israetel can't even handle bro from Bangladesh saying that he doesn't have a proper
As usual, like, highly disrespectful comment on Instagram, and I fantasize about meeting that person in real life, walking up to them in the gym, way too close to their face, and like, say something, say it, and watch them cower, and just relish as they cower, and then as they cower away, hurt them physically, so that everyone can see and then eat their organs. These are thoughts that I have, like, daily.
What takes more strength, really? To survive in your body without getting all of the surgeries to remove all of the fat and the skin, the liposuction and so on. I mean, who is actually stronger, the plant or Mike Israetel? I'm going with the plant.
One control group that didn't take much. They all did powerlifting style training, and they took different dosages of accusations, and they assessed muscle growth via BIA.
Wow, amazing. A BIA, bioelectrical impedance analysis, the least accurate method of testing, perhaps in the world. It's about as accurate as this. You see your friend over there, look around the room. Yeah, that guy, that girl. Say to them, hey, what amount of muscle do you think I have? What body fat percentage do you think I have? Because it's about as accurate as that. And so as soon as you do a study with BIA or DEXA scam or InBody scam, it's not accurate. It's a guess. If I wanted to, I could gain 15 pounds of muscle in one day, or I could lose it. All I have to do is cut out my water, take a diuretic. It's that easy. And so is it accurate? Absolutely not.
And they give you an estimate of fat-free mass, not necessarily regional hypertrophy, as you would with an ultrasound, or whole body hypertrophy with an MRI machine.
Exactly. You need an ultrasound or an MRI. So when people do, for example, 30-day studies with one pill and they don't have them work out and they say there's no statistically significant difference, I wonder why. These measurement tools are so inaccurate, you would need thousands of people in order to see a difference.
The bioelectrical impedance analysis showed that the groups that took accusations gained around 5 pounds of muscle in 10 weeks.
Not bad.
In trained lifters. And then WADA was like, this clearly works. We will ban it.
And so in this random study, they used spinach extract, of which later upon review, it was determined to be cyanosis. It wasn't even Ajuga turkestanica. And so this study isn't even studying what you see right here. It isn't the same thing. And they said there was supposed to be 100 milligrams. There was only 6, but yet they still saw a 5-pound increase in muscle mass. And so WADA said, uh-oh, it works. We need to ban the supplement. It has to be illegal. Why? Because it works? Did they ban creatine when they found that that works? What about caffeine? Oh, that's right, they did ban caffeine. Did you know caffeine was banned in the Olympics and drug-tested sporting competitions? How many millions of people take caffeine? And so just because it's banned, it doesn't mean it's bad, and just because something works doesn't mean they should ban it. And another thing, do you guys know what many supplement companies they do? They have millions and millions of dollars, and they fund, let's call it, 100 studies, or maybe just 10. They do 10 trials over and over and over again, 10 times, and the one trial that works the best, they post that. You know, let's say your company's worth $1 billion. Mine is not quite there yet. Now, those companies, they take millions of dollars and they fund studies and say, wow, look at these results. And they show it to you. Studies don't lie, right? Well, if you repeat a study over and over again long enough, you're going to get the results that you're looking for. And so if I want to prove that I have a coin that only flips to heads, I can do the study 1,024 times, and on average, I'm going to get heads 10 times in a row. It just happens. It's just math. And so if you fund enough studies, eventually you can show that it works. You can prove it. I'm not going to do that. And so what I challenge the world, and I am in talk with somebody who's trying to do a trial right now, and I said, I will give you all of the Ajuga Turkestanica that you want, because the main issue people doing these trials is they're sourcing fake Ajuga. It's cyanosis. If you say to Derek, hey, Derek, give me some Turkplex, I'm going to do a study on it. Well, it's fake Ajuga. It's not Ajuga Turkestanica. And so if the studies come back and say, oh, it didn't work, it isn't this. Nor is it that. And so I want them to compare creatine to Ajuga Turkestanica to placebo, because this works far better than creatine. And so I wanted to measure up fairly against creatine. How much stronger did you get? How much more energy did you have? What was your recovery like? Ask the person, which supplement do you think that you're on? Don't tell them which one it was. They don't know if it's placebo, creatine, or Ajuga. And say, hey, it's been a month. What do you think you're taking? Oh, I think it's the placebo. I don't think that I've made any gains. Oh, I've made tons of gains. It must be Ajuga. Or, hey, I feel really good. I think I'm on creatine. And at the end, I'm betting that people say they liked Ajuga more than creatine.
Could very well be that ecdysterone in that study actually did cause muscle gain robustly and strength gain, and it could be that it is an effective supplement, but one not particularly well-controlled study is not grounds for really conclusively saying this thing for sure grows muscle.
Exactly. One not well-controlled study, it isn't enough. And so if you don't like my supplements and you want to do the study, do the study. Hey, it's your millions of dollars. If you're a company out there watching this, stealing all my videos promoting Turkesterone, which I see all the time, I know that you know that I sell it better than you, because yours is bullshit. Mine is legit. And so when I say that it works and I prove it by the tens of thousands of customers rebuying it, you know that it works. And so you show my face explaining that it works. And so if you want to fund the study, you go do it. For the time being, hey, if there's no study and you don't think that it works, you can still try it. Money back guarantee and a $20 gift card. If you don't believe it, if you don't think that it works, you don't need to buy it. You can take good old creatine, it's nice and cheap, and keep going with that. Or you can go on all those peptide research sites and take the supplements that Mike recommends, for example, MK677 that could potentially cause diabetes, or those dangerous drugs that he promoted that can kill people. If that is worth it to you, then by all means. And hey, if you want to cut out your skin, suck out your fat, and do all these hacks to your body so that you can look more snatched, then do that too. Or you can just buy this and use it, and if it works, you keep rebuying it, and if it doesn't work, you get your money back. And the video could literally end here, but I'm gonna keep watching just for fun.
I was gonna say, there is a lot of research that goes into making Turk and Turk Platinum.
They don't care.
Research on the chemistry and the agricultural side of it.
Yeah, I know.
No one cares.
But they don't care at all. If I say, yeah, but I spent money on Uzbekistan and helped farmers and funding and regrowing, they're not going to care. Lab testing, we do. They don't care about any of the testing that we do. None. I spent $1 million on a proper lab to test to make sure it's what it is. They don't care. You guys don't care. Am I right? You don't care that I spent all kinds of money making sure that it's actually Ajuga, from going above and beyond so that you know it's not just sawdust. That Nootropics Zito tested 10 people's Turkesterone. We're the only ones that had it. No one cares about that. Hey, that I've been vindicated that we're the only company doing what we're supposed. Nobody cares. They just want to know that it works. And how are you going to know? Well, you don't have to believe the tens of thousands of people who are buying it, rebuying it. You don't need to believe them. That was just placebo. Just placebo. Hey, it was placebo. Okay, don't buy it. Or you buy it, and if it didn't work for you, you get your money back. I mean, why are we even continuing to talk right now? It's not like a scammer doesn't offer their money back. P.W. Bauer goes off to some country, buys 3 little Legos. It was 199 euros. This is a lot of money. He thought it was going to be 15 bucks. And after looking at it and seeing how much it was, after doing the conversion, he's like, oh my God, I didn't know it cost so much money. It's just little Legos. He tried to get his money back guarantee. And so, hey, if I sold you this stuff and it wasn't Ajuga turkestanica and it was actually cyanosis like Derek's doing, and it had the turkesterone molecule in the bottle, and when you right-click the URL, it says turkesterone. That's a scam. And imagine if you couldn't get your money back. If I would say, hey, no money backs, then you could say, Coach Greg, you just scam people. You're lying about your selling and no one can get their money back. That's a scam. This isn't a scam. It's a supreme offer. And so take it or leave it. You can buy it in bulk, get discounts, or you cannot. Why do people care? It's almost as bad as the whole natty or not thing. Like, why do you care so much if somebody's natural or not? Are you natural or are you not? How does that person being natty or not affect you? And so how does other people buying Ajuga and liking it and making gains affect you? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why do you care? I mean, if somebody was ripping you off, like selling you a $10,000 program and then not giving you the program, I would be mad. I wouldn't want people to do that. If they were charging $25,000 fines if you went into the woods for going for a walk, I would care about that. That means something to me. But if somebody's selling a product that somebody wants to buy and they're happy about it, how's that bad? What's next? Oh my God, Louis Vuitton and Gucci are ripping everybody off. They had purses for $3,000. How could they do that? Did you know it only cost them $100 to make the purse? How is it possible? Well, they like the purse, the supply and demand is there, they're willing to pay for it, and so there it is. If you want to buy it, you get Code Greg, you get 15% off. Where is the problem? Where is the drama?